Welcome back, everybody. What do we have to look forward to today? Another beautiful day in Hexaco. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend, everybody. We're going to wait for people to come on in, but I know I already see a lot of the regulars. We've got my favorites. We've got Kaiza, of course, first as always. DGen Hexakin. Pulse Wallet is in the house. Good to see you, Pulse Wallet. Me and Pulse Wallet are going to be doing a little pre-recorded episode later on, probably next week, so keep an eye out for that. They're doing a lot of cool work on that wallet. Maybe I'll add that to my list of points to bring up. Pulse Wallet. Of course, D'Artagnan tipping before the show even starts. Thank you for the tip, brother. You've been wrenched, sir. With great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, thanks, man. I also added, that's a good point. I added a PayPal link in my description. Tips are appreciated, but obviously not required. I mean, it's just the fact that YouTube likes to take 40% of everything. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Red Squirrel, oi, oi. What's going on? Gate 13, X James, Cruz Rodriguez. Does anybody know how to stake PHEX? Yeah, dude. You just go to go.hex.com. So go.hex.com, you're going to have that's all your staking hub right there. And if you want to mint Hedron as well, hold on a second. Go.hex.com. This is like the primary Hex staking website. All right, that's the primary front end, but I'm going to tell you a different one. Okay. I'm going to tell you a secret about Hex staking. So if you want, you can do your Hex staking over on app.icosa.pro. I just popped the link in the chat. And if you want to make a Hex stake and you want to earn a bonus coin called Hedron, you go to that website, you can mint a coin called Hedron every single day that your stake is served. So it's not going to be much, but you know, you're staking $1,000 for a year. You might be looking at, you know, $100 worth of Hedron by the end of it all. And it's not nothing, right? So be careful that you're not leaving free money on the table. Check out app.icosa.pro. You can also stake your Hex over there. A wild SJ, meow indeed. Good to see you, SJ. Hey, it's a great day today, guys. SJ might have told you, she might have spilled the beans yesterday on the effing hangout, but we got a very special announcement. We're going to hold that till the end of the video. Keep watching if you want to know how to actually make money by onboarding people into crypto. But we're going to go over the basics first. We're just going to go over the general news, stats, what to look forward to this month. October, not doing so hot. We got kind of a mid-tober. It's not down-tober, but it's not up-tober either yet. About halfway through with a so-called Uptober. Disappointing, but guys, there's good news on the horizon. There's always good news coming. I mean, markets are down, but it's going to come back. You got to have faith. You got to believe that crypto is not going anywhere. And it helps to know that you can't turn it off, no matter how bad Gary Gensler wants to, or Kathy, or what's her name, Elizabeth Warren. Senator Warren, the Karen of crypto, she can't turn it off no matter how hard she tries. Franklin says, Coffee, what's Gucci? Good to see you, Franklin. I hope you're living it up wherever you are in South America these days. And I'd buy Hex super low if I could. Yeah, I mean, if it really tanked, it probably would just wick down there and not stay long. Crabtober, just a little crab market, guys. That's exactly what it is. It's crab, sideways Crabtober. Raphael says, Coffee, come on, my friend. We will come back. Of course we're coming back, bro. Of course we're coming back. I'm not being bearish at all. Yeah, don't worry, guys. This is the time to accumulate, and it's all about positioning. All right, it's all about positioning. Do you believe? Are you down for the cause? Hex, PulseChain, the real freedom of speech that can't be turned off. Guys, PulseChain just cracked 45,000 validators today. Okay, shout out to Havid. Havid, follow her on Twitter. She posted the news today. News just dropped. 45,000 validators, which puts us at the third most decentralized blockchain of all time after, what is it? Bitcoin, obviously, and Ethereum, obviously, because these chains have been around for 14 years, 9 years, and they've been around a long time. PulseChain's been around for 5 months. So, yeah, I also heard the news from Katie. PulseChain just turned 5 months old yesterday, so happy 5-month anniversary, PulseChain. We're getting pretty serious now, me and PulseChain. You know, it's been 5 months, so we're going to second base, I hope, later on, but maybe I'll get lucky tonight. Yeah, PulseChain is 5 months old, not even half a year, 45,000 validators worldwide. You think Elizabeth Warren, the Karen of crypto, is going to knock on 45,000 doors and press the off switch on PulseChain? No, it's not possible. Okay, these are in all different countries. The USA is not the policeman of the whole world. The SEC doesn't have jurisdiction. They're like a schoolyard bully. All right. When a student moves to another country, does the bully go follow them to another country and continue bullying them? Well, they're trying to, but it's just, you can think of the SEC as basically just the playground bully. They're trying to bully everyone out here. Hide your kids, hide your wife, because they're suing everybody out here. You know, Elon Musk, not a huge fan of the SEC. Even the big banks, they've pissed a lot of people off, and it's not looking good for Mr. Guzzler. Okay, it's not looking good, and there's all kinds of indications that the Congress is really upset. They've actually demanded that Guzzler produces documents because he's being a real stick in the mud. All right, for not wanting to get kicked off of YouTube. Gary Guzzler is purposely hiding and obfuscating documents that were clearly demanded by Congress, and Congress threatened to use force essentially to, basically force Gary to release the documents that they need, because what it will reveal, as we're finding out in the FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, Carolyn Ellison saga, this is crazy, guys. It's all coming together. The good guys win in the long run, right? The good guys win in the long run. Here's the latest gossip and tea that Carolyn Ellison spilled. Remember, this is Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend, real hottie with the body. She basically ratted on Sam just to get out of jail. Such is life, c'est la vie. She basically admitted that on Sam's list of to-dos, right? On his list of to-dos, and we knew this, all right, or the whole time, right? We knew this the whole time. We knew this from Dollar Cost Crypto. I mean, he's always got the inside scoop, right? Carolyn Ellison was basically Sam's female dog, okay? And she was tasked with basically being her Sam demanded a lot of things out of her, and who knows? I mean, if she was a stronger individual, maybe she would have said no. But I mean, she's just as guilty, in my opinion. Nobody's innocent here. One of those things that she was tasked with was essentially coercing regulators to shut down Binance. To shut down Binance, guys. I mean, come on. Like, Binance was FTX's primary competitor, and Gary conveniently went to MIT with Sam Bankman-Fried's father. They were buddies in college, right? If you think there's not corruption blatantly staring you in the face right here, you got your head in the sand, guys. You got your head in the sand. I mean, they were literally like college buddies. And then, Sam's dad conveniently has a degree in offshore tax law. Sam's mother, I believe, was also connected with the Ellisons somehow as well. They're all just in bed together, guys, figuratively and literally. And it's just one big fuck fest of corruption. It's just awful. So, but it's all coming to light because the truth does prevail. And yeah, it's going to come clear that Gary was being coerced by Sam Bankman-Fried, being paid off essentially to make FTX what would have been a monopoly. I mean, can you imagine if he got away with that for 2 more years even? I mean, imagine the scale of destruction that he would have caused if he didn't get caught in 2022, right? Imagine if the whole Ponzi was still going on, if everything didn't collapse. God, that'd be awful. So at least it cracked when it did. It couldn't handle the pressure of the FTT token falling miserably. And all this to say that basically what's coming to light is it's not looking so good for the Guzzler, for Mr. Gary Guzzler himself. He's, Congress is also simultaneously trying to pass the SEC Restructuring Act, which in layman's terms is basically the Fire Gary Gensler Act. It would basically reduce the need for a single chairman, because apparently one person cannot be trusted with all that power, because apparently power has corrupted that chairman position. And we know Gensler was the youngest person to basically make it into partner at Goldman Sachs. So you think he still doesn't have connections at Goldman Sachs? You think he's still not trying to make money and appease his buddies over there too? He's got inside influence written all over him. Corruption's never been more personified in one man. So yeah, you can't make this storyline up, guys. Meanwhile, we got what's his face? Ben Armstrong. Ben Armstrong making a comeback. Basically, Ben Armstrong is secretly buying PulseChain. He doesn't want you to know. I believe he's probably going to announce it. I'm speculating here, but Ben's a PulseChain community member. Ben's a Hexican. Ben's a PulseChain connoisseur. I think. I have reason to believe. But that's something to get excited about. Just wait till he drops. Now that Ben is a free agent, now that he's not constricted by his partners who screwed him over, and you can believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not taking a side. I'm not saying Ben's the hero here. I mean, Did you see when he went to that guy's house? I don't know if that was completely called for, but I don't know the whole story, right? I don't know. There's an affair going on, allegedly. There's steroids, there's drugs, there's sex and violence and all this crazy stuff. Yeah, you can't make this story up. You're right, Franklin. You're right, Franklin. Hashtag collusion orgy. Hashtag inside her trading. Hey, I see what you did there. Not bad, Tim Top. Not bad. You saying she looks like a turkey? I'm not saying she looks like a chicken. I'm not saying she looks like a spring chicken, but hey, I don't want to be too rude and too mean. It's kick people while they're down. The universe has a way of, karma, and people will atone for their sins and what they've done. And it's happening right now. It's happening. We're at the lows, right? We're at 60% off on PulseChain from sacrifice price, 90% off on PulseX. Geez, it's like I don't even want to talk about it, but I have to, because I know that when Pulse prices come up, the people that we onboard now are going to be thanking you. The people that you onboard at the top are going to be pissed at you. The people that got onboarded to HEX at 40 cents, 30 cents, unless they dollar cost average and started believing in long-term staking, a lot of people are happy with that. A lot of people are happy that they converted to, a long-term believer. But the people that you onboarded, it doesn't matter what coin. If you onboarded your buddies to Bitcoin and Ethereum at $4,000, Bitcoin at $60,000, and they don't love crypto. They don't believe in it. They just wanted to get in it for the money. Well, they're not so happy with you guys right now. And me too. It's all the people that you onboarded early that are going to be happy in the long run. It's all the people that you onboard right now that really matters. So adoption matters, and building that network effect matters. People talk about Metcalfe's law. When you 10x the number of users, you 100x the price growth. So the price functions in cryptocurrency in terms of Metcalfe's law as a square of the number of users in the ecosystem. So what do we have right now? Daily active users. Let's go check on it, right? Let's go check on daily active users. Now we got to go to apphex.win/chain. If you want to follow along with me, apphex.win/chain. They're the ones showing daily active wallets now for free. Hey, we bumped up to 12,279 daily active wallets. We're up from 11,000 last week. So we've got more usage currently going on, which means, guys, the numbers kind of work out. So we've got 12,000 daily active PulseChain wallets. Meanwhile, we've got 125,000 HEX stakers on PulseChain. So we know we can get to 120,000 stakers. And the stakers on PulseChain are kind of, the best user metric over there, because you don't want to just count all the holders, right? The holders can just be holding. They can be holding like 100 HEX, and it doesn't really count as a legitimate user, right? Also, they could be a day trader or something, and you don't want to count those guys with the paper hands. The HEX stakers are the primary metric in HEX, and the daily active users are my favorite metric on PulseChain. There's a lot of other cool metrics, gas fee savings, all that stuff. But look at it this way, guys. If HEX can get to 120,000 users and 125K users, stakers, bottom of the bear market, 125K stakers, and growing on PulseChain. Plateaued on Ethereum, growing on PulseChain. And I can show you the graph. It's on apphex.win/chain. Let's take a look at it, guys. Let's pull it up. If we can get to 125,000 stakers on HEX, then why can't we get to 120,000 daily active users on PulseChain? Seems inevitable, right? When the bear market comes back and millions of people flood into the ecosystem. We've got I think 400 million people in crypto today. We could go to over 1 billion users of crypto. Like 1 in 8 people in the world will probably end up using crypto, whether or not they're using it the real way or the fake crypto way. It's up to us to teach people not your keys, not your coins, right? Holding your own private keys is essential. That's real crypto, real DeFi. That's what PulseChain is. That's what HEX is. But when all these people come flooding in, even a tiny fraction of those people, guys, if we can add even 100,000 daily active users to PulseChain, that would be a 10x in the user growth, meaning 100x in the price, or potentially more. I mean, that's conservative, right? How easy does it sound like to bring 100,000 users into PulseChain? That does not sound hard to me. You just got to wait till people are ready to come. But look, if you can get somebody on board now, if you can get them to understand what they're investing in right now, if you can get them to understand at the lows and really understand that from a foundational level, these things have product market fit, cheaper, faster Ethereum, a modular, isolated, better Bitcoin, store of value, high APY, trustless yield. Everyone's looking for yield. HEX is the safest trustless yield smart contract out there. 100% uptime, never been hacked, audited 3 times. If you can get these points across to people and explain the value props to them, rather than just degenning on the meme coin of the day, there's a lot more that they have to gain. There's a lot more that you have to gain, because it's a win-win, right? It's called a positive sum game. We're not trying to fight over a bigger slice of a pie that stays the same size. If we make the pie bigger, it's called wealth creation. Wealth creation is a positive sum game. Trading is a zero sum game. Wealth creation is a positive sum game. So we're making bigger pies here, and it doesn't matter. You could have the same percentage slice of a pie that gets bigger. And when you make the pie bigger, it's good for everyone. It's called a win-win scenario, otherwise known as a positive sum game. And that happens with onboarding. And how do you onboard the right people with a long-term vision that actually believe? It's up to us to all explain the value props. Check this out over here, guys. PulseChain charts on the screen. Daily active wallets, 12,000. Total active wallets coming up on, about 360,000. Daily transactions looking a little bit higher than August, actually. There's more transactions happening than 2 months ago. Let's see, daily supply change. It looks like the supply, typically, PulseChain is deflationary some days, but it's minorly inflationary, except for certain days where there's a lot of PulseChain burned. Now, guys, look at all the DAI from Ethereum that's been bridged in. $28 million being bridged in. We could also take a look at the bridge stats over on gopulse.com as well. $77.7 million bridged into PulseChain, only $2.2 million net bridged out of PulseChain. I think CST stablecoins got over $2 million now, coming up on $3 million of stablecoins minted. Let's see. Let's go back to, I don't know. There's no links to get back to. All right. I guess I just got to go back there manually. So, let's stop this. Chart is freezing up on me. This is not ideal right now. I want to tell you guys how many stakers we have. There we go. 125,000 daily active stakers. And we've got, 120K stakers on Ethereum, 125K on PulseChain. Now, guys, what I wanted to talk about really quick today is that if you look at my video description, I just finally finished HEX Passive Income version 2. So this new course that I've built is all about making passive income in PulseChain. And if you're a new user, brand new to crypto, this course is definitely for you. So I'm really excited to talk about this. I know a lot of people watching are veterans. You've been here a long time. And there's something in it for you guys too. I mean, you can actually get paid to onboard people into crypto at the lows right now, when it's the best time to get in. It really is. I mean, you don't want to be onboarding people at the very top, right? I mean, if you think crypto's going up in the future, obviously, this could all go to zero. Obviously, nothing is a guarantee. But if we believe in crypto, if we want to onboard people the right way, you can get a referral link for this course, and you can make $110 for selling the course, given that the person that you're onboarding is using the code bear market at checkout for 25% off. So we're having a bear market sale, because I know times are tough. Bear market sale. Use code bear market at checkout for 25% off. Look, this course is 36 lessons, and I'm always adding more to it. This course, it's like over 25 hours of content. It's everything I know about crypto, every strategy in PulseChain and PulseX and HEX, starting from square one. It'll take you from zero to hero if you know absolutely nothing at all. And it's really affordable, guys. I could be charging a lot more for it, to be honest. It's kind of like masterclass level course here. I could be charging thousands of dollars for this course, but it's pretty cheap. Okay. $369 with a 25% off coupon comes in at, I think, $270 or something. And, the reason I charge anything at all is because if people put up skin in the game and they invest in their own future, if you invest in your own knowledge, chances are you're going to be much more serious about taking this investing stuff seriously. There's a lot of free information on YouTube. I go over a bunch of free tutorials all day, every day. But this course is for onboarding new people specifically. And if you're a veteran, like I already said, you can get paid to onboard your friends and family or whoever you want to. If you give them your referral link for the course, you sign up with your email, you make your referral links. I'll know who clicked on your referral link, because you have to sign up as an affiliate. All links in description below. So SJ says, woo, great job on the course. Excited to share it with the masses. Thank you, SJ. Always my favorite person to see in the chat there. Supporter. One of my favorite supporters of all time. And guys, I want to be clear. I'm not trying to, milk this for it's all about me here. This is to help you, to help me, to help everybody. Okay. Coffee, you are the man of HEX. Your link, all in description below. Pineapple Love, all in description below. So this is a way for people to let's be honest, guys. What are a lot of people doing on PulseChain right now? I'm just going to be totally frank. Everyone's degenning on meme coins because they're bored and they're starting their own shit coin because they think that it's going to blow up because they're looking for short-term gains. And a lot of people have lost the plot. Okay. I think a lot of people have just lost the plot. I have nothing against meme coins. Meme coins bring a certain segment of people into PulseChain and they're good, right? They're probably a net positive. But I worry when I see people, that were once allegedly these long-term thinkers, these believers in PulseChain, these believers in HEX, so they say, and then they degen and they go into these short-term games when we tried to spend the last 4 years. I've tried to spend the last 3 years of my YouTube career educating people on long-term thinking. And so it's unfortunate when you start to see these people that were like, yeah, HEX, stake for 15 years or whatever, staking ladder. I'm holding my PulseChain for, 5-10 years. And then they just go and they ape in. Now, it's okay if you've got $100,000 in your bank account, right? And you want to spend, you want to take these little $100 bets here and there on some meme coins. It's all fun and games. I'm not talking about those people, but just make sure that people aren't going the opposite direction. I mean, meme coins, if anything, they're meant to get people to go in a one-way diode, or so I would hope. I would hope that these meme coins are getting people into PulseChain, like a lot of the creators of meme coins say. Everyone claims, oh yeah, we're onboarding new people. But I sometimes question the validity of that claim because maybe you're onboarding some people, but what percentage of people that are in the ecosystem are you just distracting and getting them to just degen and play all these short-term games? So it really calls into question, how good versus bad is it? I do think it's net slightly good, but I think there's a lot of people that are going the opposite direction. So don't lose the plot out here, guys. Don't go the opposite way. Don't it's meant to be a one-way diode, right? These meme coins are meant to be getting you into PulseChain and then getting you hooked on the longer term stuff, not longer term people getting them to fragment their attention into a million different coins. And next thing you know, guys, D'Artagnan, thank you for the tip, dude. Hit the like, everybody. Thank you, D'Artagnan, for the tip. Well-spoken, Matt. Thank you, SJ. I brought up a similar point. Yeah, so look, meme coins are fun. I'm not angry at them. I've dabbled in a little bit of PDI here and there. It was fun. It was fun. But I don't want people to get so distracted because think about this, guys. Let's take a look at what we're actually doing here. Let's take a look at what we're doing. I mean, you've got this money, right, that you're playing around with in crypto, but it's bear market. You're bored. You're at a loss on paper. And you just have it's that make it back mentality that starts to creep in there, starts to creep into your brain. Like, oh, maybe if I just invest in this meme coin and this shit coin over here, this random token over here, this guy said it was good, so maybe he's right. First of all, yeah, we have this kind of hero worship gene where we're looking for some leader. So some leader comes along and says, hey, buy my meme coin over here. You got to realize, I mean, even a lot of the creators will be honest with you. These meme coins, they'll be like, yeah, these aren't long-term plays here. And if you're buying into the pump, a lot of times you're already too late because they're not really good for much more than a single pump, the vast majority of the time. And so look, you end up buying coin A, maybe coin A doesn't do so good, or maybe if you're unlucky, maybe coin A does really good. So then you get cocky, you get confident. You're like, oh, I'm a trading genius. I'm going to go invest in coin B, C, D, and E. And then maybe, you break even on coin B. Maybe you lose some money on coin C. So now you're back to square one. Maybe now you've got this make it back mentality. Maybe you bet all that on coin D. You double down on coin D. Maybe you lose even more because you just doubled down and lost that bet. And now you're in this desperation phase. So you go, 5x into coin E. And by the time you're done with all this stuff, what have you accomplished? Like, think about looking back on what you've accomplished in the past couple months. And what did you really do? You bought some meme coins, you chased some meme coins, and then you got into some Telegram groups and just doom scrolled through Twitter all day trying to look for anybody that would say something nice about your meme coin. When we could have just been concentrating our effort, concentrating our wealth into a couple of the main coins. HEX, PulseChain, PulseX are my favorite. But I don't see anybody else out here. I see some people still. But I see a lot of people losing the plot, losing focus. And I just want to prompt everybody to just think about how they've spent their time. Did you buy a bunch of meme coins and lose a bunch of money and doom scroll through Twitter? And, are your general anxiety levels higher now because you're getting involved in all this unnecessary drama? I don't fall for that engagement bait type of stuff. Some people do, and there's a better way. And I'm giving you guys a better way. You could literally get paid to onboard people into the PulseChain ecosystem, which helps you because of network effects, Metcalfe's law, helps me. Obviously, I created the course, and then it helps you because you get, I think with the referral bonus is 40%, guys. That's a very generous referral bonus. So you'd be getting $110 per sale, given that somebody uses the code bear market for 25% off, because we got a 25% off coupon for bear market, right? And just be honest with yourself. Like, how much more time, like you could spend your time in all kinds of different ways. And you could spend your time lurking in Telegram channels and gossiping and talking shit and falling for the drama and the engagement bait, trying to make it all about us versus them, trying to make some fake boogeyman. Like, people just, they need this drama to stay entertained. But if you can focus on actually onboarding, this is what's good in the long term. Now you can actually make money in the process doing it. So I don't think that's such a bad idea. And of course, the haters are going to come out because anytime you try to do anything positive in crypto, people think you're talking smack about them. Look, I want everyone to succeed, but you got to ask yourself, what have you been doing this past 3 months? Has it been productive for you? Has it hurt your mental health? Has it hurt your financial health? Or a lot of times, like for me, when I got into I started chasing, I went down that PDI rabbit hole, started chasing a whole bunch of stuff. I probably lost about 2 or 3 weeks worth of time just joining random Telegram groups and seeing what was going on. And it was like, at the end of the day, I look back and it's like, there was really not that much going on, especially, looking back on it now, all the prices are just down on these. People lost interest in there's a whole segment of meme coins that people are just losing interest on. And I kind of wish I just would have focused more on onboarding during that time. Not going to lie. I mean, making the pie bigger is better than trying to squabble over the scraps, fighting over what little financial economic energy is still in the ecosystem. It's like we're just clustering that energy in little tiny tide pools, and we're all fighting over the scraps like a bunch of peasants when we could be out there generating wealth for everybody, telling people how to get off of exchanges, telling people how to do real crypto, real DeFi, explaining how PulseChain's freedom of speech. It's 200 times cheaper than Ethereum currently today. That's a verifiable statistic. HEX has never been hacked. 100% uptime, trustless yield. We could be explaining the value props, or we could be fighting over the scraps of what little tiny economic energy is left here. So there's a better way. I think I've got it. hexpassiveincome.com. Links all in description below. But it's not going to be a whole shill fest. So don't worry. I'm not going to bore you guys shilling. But there you go, guys. There you go. Chris A says, you are among the few that succeed at trading. Not actually true. I only succeeded because I'm a long-term holder. Maybe you're not talking to me. Are you talking to somebody else? Jack said, I've made my bag 100x bigger by trading memes. Good for you, Jack. See, good for you. But first of all, anybody can come on here and say that. I hope you're telling the truth. I mean, I'd like to give people the benefit of the doubt. But for every one success story, I'm not saying meme coins are bad. Look, I've dabbled here and there too. I don't mean to bash meme coins. I'm just saying for the vast majority of people, and I think I'm talking to a vast majority of people right now, they're actually just kind of break even or lost money or have lackluster gains. And on these short-term games, it's like, I really do believe there's more losers than winners. And if everybody played a longer-term game, there could actually be, less losers and more winners. So good for you guys. Good for you. I mean, if you're really honest about making money. But yeah, and a lot of people make these meme coins and then they cycle the money back into PLS2. That's fine. You want to cycle the money back into HEX. I totally get that. But it's like you might have been the one guy out of 100 or out of the last 10 guys, maybe 1 out of 10 that might have made profit. And the people that lose money, they don't talk about it. That's the thing. The people that lose money are not very loud. They get quiet. People make a little money, they get real loud. People lose money, and you don't get to see all the silent evidence of all the dead bodies floating by from people that lost. So just look at coinconfessions.com. There's a lot of people out there that get wrecked just doing this day trading type of stuff. Anyway, guys, I'm not trying to throw anything in particular under the bus. I'm just saying, let's analyze how we've been spending our time and focus back on the greater mission, the bigger picture, and the long-term vision. I mean, that's what I've been focused on for the past 6 months, building this course in the background. I put tons of hours of work into it. I can't even count how many. And it's pretty affordable, and it'll take you from zero to hero if you're brand new. Anyway, guys, let's get on with the show today. Geopolitics, we've got a war going on, and it's the current thing, right? It's the current thing to be worried about. So people are changing their programming from I support Ukraine to I support Israel. And I'm not picking sides. Okay. This whole thing is designed to get you to pick sides. Just like in crypto, everyone's trying to get you to pick a side, right? Everyone's trying to get me to be like, oh, so are you anti meme coin now? And like they're going to try to like arrange some drama. Just watch. Everybody is so distracted with picking a side and trying to be on a team and not realizing that we're on the team of crypto as a whole. And not realizing that the real teams are, the CIA and like the powers that be versus the people, right? It's just the military industrial complex profits either way. So geopolitics, how does that relate to crypto at all? Why should anybody care? Well, they're short-term bad, right? That's why we've seen prices dip a little bit because people get scared, but they're long-term good. Okay, it sucks to say this, but war is long-term good for markets because they print a whole bunch of money again. So a little bit of hopium there. It's kind of like one of those things where it leaves a bad taste in your mouth to even say that because people are dying and I want that to stop. But war is good. War is profitable. And that's just age old. People know that, right? And war is just a reality. We've been fighting with each other since the dawn of humanity. I mean, even Native American tribes and stuff went to war with each other over resources. And so that's where we're at in the whole geopolitics sphere. Short-term bad, long-term good. Guys, we've got the Bitcoin ETF coming up. We've got the halving. These two things are coming up for sure, okay? Some news today, Gary Gensler and the SEC, they refused to appeal the ETF decision, meaning in about 3 to 6 months, it is extremely likely, probably 99% certain, that they will be approving some ETFs. We can see that in the sense that the GBTC discount is dropping. Today, it's at 15% discount, or maybe 16% discount. It was at 22% last week. So short-term good, short-term something to look forward to. And then the halving, of course, is on April of 2024. So these two things combined. Again, Bitcoin ETF is short-term good, long-term bad. Geopolitics is short-term bad, long-term good. The ETF is short-term good because it's a news event. Everyone's like, yeah, Bitcoin ETF. Everyone's going to buy Bitcoin now. It's long-term bad because obviously BlackRock and all these companies, they can naked short Bitcoin by just printing money, borrowing a shit ton of made up imaginary internet money, and then short it to oblivion if they want to manipulate the price. Now, I think that fear is overblown as well because a lot of these guys own crypto. A lot of these big powers that be, they own a lot of Bitcoin. They even own some Ethereum and stuff. I mean, look at Grayscale and the Ethereum trust. Ethereum just got a futures ETF approved. And because these guys are all motivated by greed anyway, it actually works out where they might not want to crush the price, but they can keep it suppressed if they want to. That's what this means. They're not going to want to crush Bitcoin to zero because, the U.S. government is like one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin. Why would anybody want to nuke their own bags? It's the same thing that people say, why Richard Hart's going to sell all the HEX. It's like, why the hell would anybody want to just destroy the price of their own coin? But, the Bitcoin ETF, people can keep the prices low. They can basically manipulate them by printing out, because paper Bitcoin is not the same thing as real Bitcoin. We got to understand that. But look, it's short-term bullish because of just the news. Everyone's anticipating it. It's that leading up to that climax moment. And then the halving, April 2024. This is going to be probably the catalyst to kick off hopefully a couple of green candles in 2024. I don't know how long the bull's going to last, if it'll be short-lived, if it'll be longer. We just got to get people in before that, right? That's why I'm so stressed about getting people onboarded now before, times are actually, you got to do the contrarian thing. And it's really hard to do the contrarian thing, getting involved into crypto now, whereas like everybody hates it. Nobody wants to touch it with a 10-foot pole, but you're much better off getting people in now and then having them thank you at 100x prices from here than getting them in when everybody wants to get in, when it's no longer, when it's no longer contrarian, when everyone's confirmation bias is being confirmed because, oh, green candles. This is how people think. They see a green candle and they're like, oh, everybody, it must be a good idea to buy it because everybody else already bought it, right? And then that's when they buy the top. And that's just like the most basic thinking possible. That's just low IQ behavior. You got to do what people aren't doing. Buy low, sell high, be greedy when others are fearful. Much easier said than done, isn't it? What else, guys? Uniswap is fake DeFi. Uniswap X has just bent the knee. Now they have KYC hooks. They are optional for now, but very soon probably going to be mandatory by certain people. You know who they are. JP Morgan, Goldman Slugs. So PulseChain, still freedom of speech, still real DeFi. Pulse Wallet, still real DeFi. Check this out, guys. We're going to talk about Pulse Wallet in 1 second, but I'll be right back. I got to address one thing really quick. Stay right there. We're back. How's it going, everybody? Smash the like. Heavy breathing intensifies. Dramatic pause. Yeah, my bad, guys. I hate to leave a live stream like that, but I had to knock on the door. I had to go address. Nothing big. No big deal, guys. It's not the 3-letter agencies yet. Don't worry. We're safe for now. We live to fight another day. The more things go, let's see. Chris says the more things go to one currency, the more it will become stable and have no cycles. But before that, Mega Moon. Yeah, see, he's right. Chris A is right. Diminishing returns on Bitcoin. Every cycle gets lower in amplitude. If you'll notice, it's Bitcoin did a 3,000x on its first cycle. Then it did a 600x on the second cycle. Then it did a 100x on the third cycle. Then it did a 20x on the fourth cycle. We're coming into the fifth cycle, everybody. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, everyone's shouting for $500,000 Bitcoin. I don't want to bash Bitcoin either. This is how quick people are to pick size and everything. I'm going to say this. I think Bitcoin's only going to do a 5 or 6x at the most. And everyone's going to be like, so you hate Bitcoin? No. It's like saying, yeah, most people probably lose money on meme coins. So you hate meme coins? No, guys. I'm not playing your games. I'm not picking your Israel-Palestine. I'm not picking a side on anything, okay? I'm picking a side on Team Crypto, if anything. That's the side I have picked. That's what this channel is all about. It's about crypto versus the rest of the world. Freedom, bringing the power back to the people, self-sovereign, peer-to-peer digital money, bringing it across borders with only 12 words in your head. It's the way money should be. Separation of money and state, fixing the corruption, removing the middlemen that crypto was invented to get rid of. And that's the only side I'm picking here, guys. You can't pin me to a narrative. You can't pin me down, boys. I like having fake arguments with people in my head. That's there's probably something wrong with me. All right, PulseChain wallet, guys. The Pulse wallet. If you guys check out the Pulse wallet on Twitter, this wallet is something to keep an eye on. Yeah, Internet Money. Shout out to Internet Money. They're doing a great job as well. But there's a newcomer on the scene as well. And this team, I'm going to be interviewing them soon. They've got a couple of killer features that I really think are going to be game-changing for people, especially on top of the whole MetaMask. Did you guys hear MetaMask was just banned off the Apple App Store? No, they're going to get it put back up. It's not permanently banned. It just got removed from the Apple App Store, which is scary, right? Internet Money is still on the App Store. The Pulse wallet is still on the App Store. So, well, it's on the Android App Store. But a couple of the killer features to keep an eye on for the Pulse wallet is, number one, gasless transactions. They're going to have a relayer built in to onboard people with gasless transactions. This means that you don't have to have Pulse to buy your first little bit of Pulse. You could come in with any stablecoin, send it to your wallet, and swap it for Pulse for gas money, and not have to go over that classic hurdle, that user experience nightmare of having to have gas before you do anything else. The whole gas thing. Why if I have one coin, why should I need another coin to do anything on the network? And so they're proposing gasless transactions. They've also talked about a potential Lido type of thing. So liquid staking. Liquid staking exists on Ethereum. It has for a long time. It's called Lido, and people can basically buy this staked Ethereum coin that represents their portion of a staked Ethereum pool. So they potentially are looking into building that same concept, but a liquid staking protocol for trustless, I would hope, for PulseChain as well. So keep an eye on this wallet because they're doing they have some big lofty goals. We'll see. MetaMask is back. Oh, see, it's already back, right? It's already back. Noel Sphinx says aloha. Call it the HEX wallet. Yeah, I mean, you'll have to talk to them about that one. Put in a user support ticket. Hi, Copy. Do I have any thoughts on Pulse Drip? It's a reflection token. I'm usually not interested in those, but look, it's I've told people why I don't love reflection tokens. I'd rather just buy the coin outright. But if people like it, there's reflection tokens out there. There's just so many of them too. It's hard to really. There's just so many reflection tokens, man. It's really, is yours really different this time? I have my doubts, but look, that's the thing too, is you talk critical of any project and people get so upset because look, I'm sure the people that made Pulse Drip are perfectly fine people. Remember the guy that made Dodeca? Yeah, he was a nice person. And then Dodeca got hacked and lost everyone's money. It wasn't an intentional rug pull, but the code was bad. So look, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And so you got to be careful of just buying every new coin out there. Reflection tokens, they'll often give you a tiny little bit of a coin that you like in exchange for this other token that has usually a very short life cycle. They pump for a couple months, and then in the long term, they kind of dry up because everyone hops onto the next reflection token or the next new shiny object. That's the whole thing. So it's like that money that you would have, maybe you buy the token and you sell it high and you time the market. Sure, you're a market genius. I know you're all market geniuses out there. We're all experts at timing the market, of course. But I'm sure a lot of people end up buying the top and writing it down way lower. And maybe they get a tiny little bit of reflection, tax rewards in the form of HEX or PLS or whatever. But the amount of money that they lose in the form of token price often outweighs. They often would have been just better off buying, that much PLS or that much HEX that they wanted originally. So that's just my thoughts. And again, people are going to hate me for that because I know people work super hard making all these tokens and stuff. So if you like them, don't listen to me. You don't have to listen to me. But that's just how most of it go. I've seen it over and over again. I've been in crypto for 9 years. I've seen reflection tokens come and go and come and go. And yeah, I just don't. I'd rather not even talk about it. People are just going to get angry. Alex Santos, would be cool to have Pulse, HEX, and PulseX logo on metal pins to flex. I've already got that, sir. Bro, check this out. Look at these right here. HEX pin, PulseChain pin. Boom, right there. These are from hex.toys. Yeah, look at that. Look at how shiny they are. Shiny. Yeah. So, I think I have a PulseX one too. Check out hex.toys. And those guys have some cool stuff. Johnny Chaos says, don't fondle your soap. Yep, definitely not. Especially not in the shower. It's a bad place to fondle soap. Particularly a public shower. Sometimes I'll fondle the soap in my private shower and it's not too big of a deal. So don't fondle your soap out there, kids. Just don't do it. Uniswap is fake DeFi. PulseChain is real freedom of speech, real DeFi. I also made a tweet the other day about how MetaMask runs a primary. Let me explain something for you guys. It's a security tip right here. So MetaMask, the little Fox wallet. Turns out that little Fox has been spying on you the whole time. You want to know why? If you have an Ethereum connection on your MetaMask wallet, if you use the Ethereum blockchain, MetaMask wallet defaults that network connection to use an Infura RPC. What is an RPC? It's basically just a link that pulls all the data from the blockchain and gives it to MetaMask. So it's an endpoint that people point to pull all the data from the actual blockchain and show it in MetaMask. It's like the bridge from the data to the wallet software. Okay. And MetaMask by default runs the Infura RPC endpoint, meaning that they run a node that gives you all your data, but that node is owned by JP Morgan partially. So JP Morgan has a big stake in Infura, meaning all of your IP address data and all of your public address data, the 0x12345, that all gets reported to JP Morgan and they can decide to do whatever they want with that information. And if you don't like that idea, you can go ahead to check out my tweet. What is the website called again? It's hold on, alternate Ethereum RPCs. It's what was it? rpc.link/Ethereum. rpc.info. rpc.info. So you can go to rpc.info and you can basically create a new network connection. And if you go to the Ethereum RPCs, you can just copy one of these new RPC URLs in there, like eth.meowrpc.com. And it'll look like an alternative network, but you'll still be connected to Ethereum and your data won't be, throttled and whatever, controlled by JP Morgan one day. And luckily for us as well, there's nothing we really need to do on PulseChain right now. Now, MetaMask could one day force certain RPCs, right? That's the big fear, is that MetaMask bends the knee and ultimately they force you to use a certain set of RPCs, or maybe they demand KYC or something stupid, something lame. PulseChain, when I say PulseChain's real freedom of speech, real DeFi, what do I mean by that? Well, we're on a totally separate RPC URL. The way that MetaMask pulls PulseChain data is outside of the control of the slimy tentacles of JP mosquitoes and Goldman slugs, okay? They don't have their tentacles around the RPC URL for PulseChain. So we're still safe for now, but that's why it's good to explore other wallets. Internet Money, the Pulse wallet, Rabby. Just keep an eye on these things because, guys, I'm just preparing you guys for what's about to come. One day, they're going to come for you. You know, they're going to come for your guns. They're going to come for your gold, and they're going to come for your MetaMask RPC URL. Okay. And they've done this before. And it's just generally people try to take, you know, the power away, and to fight back about that, you basically just have to innovate faster than they can regulate. You have to innovate faster than they can get a sense of what's even happening. So that's what's going on. Or you can live in a place that's a little bit safer as well, that's not controlled by the USA jurisdiction. So you can physically move, or you could keep yourself up to date on the latest wallets, keep yourself up to date on rpc.info, and make sure, you know, make sure that you're always aware of the fact that you can just go to your MetaMask settings. You can go to your networks tab, add a new network, and copy all the data just like you did for just all the same data as Ethereum, except for when you see the RPC URL field, you just copy and paste a different RPC URL, not the default one. So it's not that hard. Check out my Twitter if that doesn't make sense. And if none of this makes any sense, if you're brand new to crypto, check out hexpassiveincome.com. Link in description below. Look where I'm pointing. Hex Passive Income, 0 to hero. If you're an absolute newbie to crypto, this course is for you. And if you want to make $100 the easy way instead of the hard way, get your affiliate links for Hex Passive Income in the description below. Shameless shill. Metal mask. That's like when grown-ups say, grown-ups, wow, look at me. Adults, boomers, let's call them boomers. That's like when boomers call it Pokemans, right? Pokemans. Like, are you still playing with your Pokemans? What do I got to do? Download this metal mask thing? There's so many of those. It's hilarious. They also use the Inferior RPC and MetaMask to block certain geographic areas from transactions. Wow. See, yeah, look, they can do that too. They can geo-block you. I mean, look, they've geo-blocked, like 1inch did that. You know, 1inch is currently doing that. If you're in the USA and you're not using a VPN, you can't use 1inch. I mean, they geo-restrict your IP address. And that's because, yeah, these Hexy Mofo is right. I mean, these RPC URLs, they communicate your IP address, you know, back and forth. They communicate it to the blockchain, and then whoever's intercepting that data as well. So Pikachus, what are you, Pikachus and your Pokemans and your metal mask and your Bitcoins? What did that woman, I forgot the woman that looks like she's melting in Congress. It was, she called it Bitcom. They were in a congressional hearing talking about Bitcoin. And she's like, so what about this Bitcom thing? God, man, they just don't want to learn. Some people just get old and they get calcified and they don't want to learn. See, you can be really smart and then just rest on your laurels. And that's clearly what a lot of Congress has done. They can't imagine a new paradigm, right? Warren Buffett, best investor in the world. He's also freaking 80 years old. Him and what's his name? Charlie Munger. They just don't want to believe in Bitcoin because they don't want to open their mind because they don't need to. Look, you got billions of dollars in the bank. You don't need to open your mind anymore. Us pawns, us plebs down here, we're trying to escape the rat race. We're trying to get financially free. That's what crypto can do. So we have an open mind that crypto is the future. It's like doubting the internet, right? There were a lot of doubters of the internet, a lot of professional economists too. You remember that one meme, that professional economist doubts internet images. Yeah, what was that one famous economist quote? He basically said the internet will go the way of the fax machine. Paul Krugman in 1998. The growth of the internet will slow drastically as the flaw in Metcalfe's law. He didn't believe in Metcalfe's law. Most people, which states the number of connections is proportional to the square of the number of participants. Most people have nothing to say to each other. Wow. He really said this, guys. This is his quote. Nobel Prize winning economics person, Paul Krugman, said that the flaw in Metcalfe's law is that most people have nothing to communicate to each other. No one's going to use the internet because people don't have anything to say. It's like nobody needs freedom of speech because they don't have anything to say. Nobody needs any privacy because they've got nothing to hide. So stupid, so short-sighted. By 2005 or so, it will become clear that the internet's impact on the economy has been no greater than the fax machines. Economists, guys, couldn't be more wrong. Don't trust economists. All their models are wrong. They're pencil-pushing nerds, dude. They got pens in their front pockets. They got their calculators out. They got their glasses with the duct tape in the middle. And they put forth this model when they have no experience in reality building anything successful, no experience in how anything works and what people want, right? We're building tech over here, and economists, plebs. It doesn't matter how much education you have. If you're a hater, you can be the smartest person in the world. What's that? Calvin Coolidge, right? The world is full of educated derelicts. Education without an open mind is worthless. Okay. Maxine Waters, Bitcom. What about this whole Bitcom thing? Is that like Pokemans? Are Pokemans cards a security, Gary Gensler? What about them Pokemans? Caroline has a polycule. That is disgusting. She does have a polycule. She had a polycule. I think she has a new boyfriend. Wow. Never would I have thought I'd see the day where I care about something like that. What's funny is they will never admit that they're wrong. Just like, wait for it, day traders. Day traders do admit that they're wrong. But like I said, I'd almost rather somebody that tries day trading, I'd rather they fail fast and get it over with and get it out of their system. Right? So that's one thing we teach in HEX Passive Income is that day trading is not the way. Traders 90% of the time lose. Okay. And the one guy that's out there shouting, hey, I won money, I'm a professional day trader. Chances are he's bullshitting you. Chances are he's selling a course. And if he's selling a course about trading, he's probably not trading himself. He's probably using the money he's getting from the course about trading to funnel his own degenerate trading habits and to keep losing more money. All right. That's just how it goes. So the traders that do admit they're wrong, they don't talk about it publicly because it's embarrassing. People don't like to admit that they lost. But people love to admit that they won. And even worse, people like to pretend that they won, don't they? They like to say, oh, Coffee doesn't want you to be a day trader because he's bad at it. But I'm super good at day trading. Here, join my private group. I'll give you all my hot trading calls. And then what you don't know is that people churn through those groups and get recycled. They churn through because people lose money. They drop the group. They get fed up. They say, screw this. And then they get fresh meat. That's why it's called the meat grinder. The trading meat grinder has no shortage of fools that think that they're smarter than the market. When if they would have just realized that time in the market beats timing the market, and be in a much better position like myself. And that took me 4 years to learn. Right. So part of HEX Passive Income is you're getting to skip all the stupid crap that I did for the first 4 years of my crypto experience. I've been around here for 9 years, but I learned exactly. It's more important than like what I teach you to do is what I teach you not to do. And you can save months of time and thousands of dollars in mistakes that I personally made. If you're brand new to crypto, HEX Passive Income, check it out. Chris A says, what if RH ends up getting a Nobel Prize for inventing HEX? How funny would that be? See, it always, a lot of times it happens many years after the actual invention. So, I mean, I don't think he ever will because the people that create the Nobel Prize and the people that actually give it out, they're all part of this inner circle, right? This Ivy League, this PhD and, licenses and certificates. They like to give each other little certificates and pieces of paper and little medals that say, you did a good job, buddy. But as time goes on, the Nobel Prize, a lot of times it's cool, right? It's good. And for certain disciplines like physics and science and STEM, I think it's worth a lot more than like a Nobel Prize winning economist, right? So inventors and creators of actual things that change the world, yeah, maybe the Nobel Prize is still legitimate, but over time, the qualifications and the accolades that people give themselves are losing importance, especially as the education system declines in the United States of America, right? I mean, look at what they're teaching in schools now. It's become a racket, just like everything else, right? A lot of people are better off just getting a YouTube University, online education for free. If you know what you want to do, you don't need college. And a lot of people that do go to college to figure out what they want to do, if you're going to end up just getting a crappy liberal arts degree, you're probably going to have a really hard time finding a job. And you're probably going to make money that's not even enough to ever pay back the loans that you took out in the first place. Nevertheless, to even beat inflation and to escape the rat race. I know so many people that I went to college. Okay. I have an engineering degree, and my engineering degree, all it's good for is kind of getting my foot in the door for people that still care about that kind of thing. Cause it just says, hey, I was smart enough to do this, but am I doing anything close to engineering anymore? No. And the people that I went to school with that, had a communications degree, for example, if they're not in sales, they're having a hard time. Or, you get a history degree. If you don't end up being a teacher, and being a teacher is so sad, right? Because it's like, that's the most underpaid job of all time. There's so many good teachers out there that aren't getting paid enough because I could go on and on about what's wrong, but let's get back to crypto. Okay. I could talk about what's wrong with the world, but who wants to do that? Coffee is the best. Thank you, Crypto7. Good to see you, man. Hopefully, how's your channel going? I haven't tuned in a while, but I see you still streaming. I saw you did a stream with Who'd you do a stream with the other day? Guys, check out Crypto 7 if you haven't subscribed. Crypto 7. Crypto 7. He did a stream with someone that I meant to watch. I don't know, man. I can't remember. Maybe it was probably Rags to Riches. Yeah. I like Rags as well. Follow Rags to Riches as well, guys. We've got so many streamers, 140 people in the HEX community that are on YouTube showing their face, putting their identity and reputation on the line because they all believe in this, guys. Can we all be wrong? Don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. A circle jerk group of distributed gentlemen. Circle jerk small group of distributed gentlemen. What does that mean? Gentlemen. I get it. Gentlemen. Gentlemen. I think your autocorrect is on, bro. Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize for killing. Yeah, okay. All right. Look, you might be correct, but let's not get political here. I'm trying to keep my monetization. I'm trying to stay on YouTube, guys. Subscribing to Mr. Crypto 7. Yeah, go ahead and smash the subscribe over on our friend over there. Putting my bust on the line. Yeah, putting my bust on the line. You guys see SJ's bust, man? It's crazy. It's like all pink and yellow. Man, it gets people turn their heads. I actually drove that bus from from Colorado. No, where did I drive it? Drove it across a couple of state lines. From Washington? Remind me. I drove it all the way back to. God damn it. I can't think on my feet. Anyway, the bus, man, it's hard to drive. SJ's out here doing the Lord's work. She's got this crazy bus the PulseChainTour.com for people that don't know. The PulseChainTour.com is coming to a couple more cities. You've got Dallas, you got Austin, I believe. You've got Phoenix, and then you've got LA, and then there's a cruise at the end of the year. All self-made, all self-community driven, all self-funded. So, you do have to buy tickets. They're pretty affordable. Good for networking, good for photo ops, good for building the community. And, if you've got a project maybe and you want to network with other people, go check out Wild SJ, PulseChainTour.com. Only a couple of stops left for this year. We've already went all around the United States of America in this crazy bus, this crazy contraption. Oh my God. It's like a 1994. It's a Ford school bus, fully converted. So it's got, bed and all this, a sink and everything. She's living the van life, or actually the bus life. And it's pretty cool. It's she's been more places than anyone else I know in the past year. Crypto 7 is the top hopium channel. Right. Well, here, let me try to give you guys some hopium, huh? What do you guys want? Liquid loans and Mintra coming out this month. How could we forget? Guys, keep your eye out on liquid loans and Mintra. I know a lot of you guys sacrificed for liquid loans, and I know a lot of you guys sacrificed a lot. Denver to Chicago. Thank you. Denver to Chicago. That's what I thought. Just my brain I got too many simultaneous threads going at the same time. Dallas, Austin, Phoenix, and soon to be announced SJ's birthday party on 11/28. So if you guys want to party with SJ, I'll be there. 11/28. Hexy Mofo, LL, guys. Yeah, so here, let's talk about liquid loans. All right. Liquid loans launched their sacrifice phase in probably close to the peak of the bull market. They were the first people to raise money. They were the first project to raise money after PulseChain and PulseX. So I don't know about you guys, but I put a lot in. A lot of people put a lot of dollar value in. And I think a lot of people are going to be happy to get hopefully a similar dollar value back, as opposed to having that money locked in HEX the whole time. Unfortunately, sad but true. A lot of people are probably going to get a lot of financial money and financial energy back in the form of loan token. And you can stake this loan token on the Liquid Loans platform, which is a trustless lending and actually an algorithmic stablecoin. So other people, what they can do on liquid loans is they put up their PLS as collateral and they over collateralize a loan and they mint a stablecoin called USDL. It's an algorithmic stablecoin. And this stablecoin is pegged to $1 because it's always redeemable for $1 worth of PLS. Okay, so you make these vaults by putting up your PLS and collateral and you mint a certain amount of stablecoin. Obviously, it has to be over collateralized, meaning you have to have more. If I put up, $10,000 of collateral, I should only be taking out like a $1,000, $2,000 loan, to be safe. And what you can do with this is you can do anything you can do with a stable coin. You can make yield on it. You can go buy stuff. You can take profit, right? You can look at this as a way to take profit in the real world. But, you could always get that loan recalled if it ever gets under your collateral ratio. However, all the fees from this platform that are generated all go to the loan stakers. So the loan token stakers for this protocol, they're going to end up probably making a lot of passive income just by staking it because it's going to be a very useful protocol for people to take profit. And here's a fun fact. When people take profit in the form of a loan, look, I'm not a tax advisor, but that might be tax-free money right there, because I'm not a tax advisor. You check with your tax advisor. But typically when you take out a loan, that is not a taxable event. Right? When you sell crypto, that's typically a taxable event. Maxine Bitcom Waters, lol. Coffee says, Johnny says, oh, Coffee, the voices in your head just get louder the older you get. Shit. Oh, no. I'm going to be as crazy as Johnny one day. Thanks, @Manu. Oh, okay. Do you know that RH and Elon have astrological similarities? I did not know that. Yeah, Richard Hart's birthday was the other day, right? Richard Hart's birthday was over on October 9th. What does that make them? October 9th, Zodiac. I can't believe we're coming to this. You guys want to read Richard Hart's Zodiac sign? We're going to read Richard's Zodiac. Let's do that. That'll be fun. All right. Horoscopes today, October 9th. Oh, it's on USA Today. Nah, screw that. What's a good astrology website? It's an actual legit. I mean, what's a legit astrology website? Yeah, that's an oxymoron. But zodiacsigns.com. Libra. Wow, Richard Hart is a Libra, guys. That's the scale. He's a balancer. He balances. He balances a lot. There's a sense of seriousness on October 9th as it carries many gifts of those willing to sink their talents into their true desires. A great risk is here that the image of the self will be tainted and pale. And those born on this date, and while those born on this date might dream big, they will often feel their ideals to be inadequate or too far out of reach. Maybe Richard's going through that. That sounds reasonable. With a sense of urge to connect to the real world, with faith and inner beliefs, purity of emotion is necessary for ego to develop properly and in the right direction. You hear that, Richard? That's your zodiac sign, bro. Pluto, Neptune, Sun, Pluto. I don't know what that means. All right. They're talking about the planets, love, and emotions. Well, Richard does dream big. And he's probably considering purity of emotions. He does have very, very lofty goals, but we're going to get there, guys. It takes time. It takes time. We're going to get there. Richard's zodiac sign, everybody. Libra. You both have Leo. Yeah, both have Leo and Taurus in their charts. Cool. I'm a Leo, by the way. Chris says he is very good. Heximofo says, brings back thoughts of GT. Oh, gosh. Good times, huh? Good times. I think we got Waters above now. He's like a less volatile version. I don't know. There's always going to be those astrology guys. They're entertaining. I take it with a grain of salt, but I do believe that there are certain pushes and pulls in the universe, and people have a tendency to do things. It's just, I'm not fully convinced that just by what day and month that you were born in makes a difference, because I know people that were born on like the same day as me that are very, very different than me, very different people. Chris says, I'm a Leo too. Nice, bro. Leo season, baby. Leo season's over, but it's always Leo season for a Leo, right? All right. What are we talking about? Let's get back to the task at hand. Mintra also launching this month. Get ready for Mintra, everybody. A lot of people sacrifice for Mintra as well. I'm not an NFT expert, but this NFT platform, Mintra.ai, is probably going to be one of the best ones. Why do I say that? You guys aren't going to like this. You guys aren't going to like the reasoning, but they basically raised the most money. They were the first people to do a raise. They raised in a bull market, and they raised in a bull market, so they got more money. They got like $10 million. And quite frankly, Gerardo's a good leader. Okay. I trust that he's a good allocator of resources. And if you have a good leader and you have a lot of money, you can build something pretty good. Now, that said, I know I don't mean to talk bad. People are going to be like, oh, so you hate every other NFT platform except for liquid loans. No, I like all of them. The more people building on PulseChain, the better. But the fact of the matter is we have, I think, like 15, 20 NFT platforms. That's a lot of different options, and it's good to have options. I just don't know how you can pick a winner when there's so many different competing interests. So what I'm going to fall back on is the simple fact that, number one, I know the founder of Mintra. I know he's a really smart guy. And number two, this is really simple, but they have more money and more resources to build. And you can see their team has built a beautiful website on Mintra.ai. So if I were to bet, obviously, this is a biased bet because this is the one that I already put money into. Of course, it's biased. Anyone telling you that they're not biased is lying to you, by the way, in crypto. And let me repeat that one more time. Anybody telling you in crypto that they're not biased is lying to you. Everybody is biased in the world. Everybody has biases. And I feel like I'm one of the only people admitting that out here. But you know what? I'm biased towards stuff that I think is better, and I will tell you why I think it's better. I'll give you reasons and value props and logic. And I think I'm a pretty reasonable person. So anyone saying, "Oh, my unbiased opinion," bullshit. They got a bag and they want to pump their bag. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with that. People also need to say it's okay to have biases. We all have biases. I have a favorite food. I have a favorite color. My favorite color is purple. Does that mean I hate yellow? Well, kind of. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Yellow's not my favorite. But just because I like pepperoni pizza, that's my bias. Do I hate sausage? God, man, everybody wants to pick a team right now. I'm going to go on this tangent again. Everybody is being prompted and ushered into picking a team. You guys don't realize you're being herded like sheep by the people creating the narratives in the first place. Like this whole, oh man, it's meme coins versus this leverage trading guy. Oh, this meme coin versus leverage trading. Which team are you on, bro? You don't have to pick a team. You can like certain meme coins, and certain meme coins do suck. I mean, that's just a fact. Certain meme coins are scams. Certain meme coins are harmless, and certain ones might actually do well. Very, very few though. Whereas leverage trading is bad, but it is also a necessary piece of the Infinity Stones. People hate on the whole leverage trading. They hate on fame.io. Guess what, guys? A lot of people you don't know, all you people hating on fame.io, they're like, Richard Hart was going to build that. Richard Hart, and if you look at his early videos, before he got distracted with PulseChain, before PulseChain came up, well, it was an absolute necessity to build PulseChain. As we're seeing now, we need real DeFi options, right? But before PulseChain became a necessity, he was focused on building leverage trading for HEX, right? And so we've got that now with fame.io. And just because you can use it doesn't mean you should, but it means that we have a fully functional parallel financial ecosystem. So the goal of cryptocurrency is to replace all the products at a bank. That means you got to replace all the products. HEX is only one of those products. Leverage trading in a decentralized way with no middleman is another one of those products. And it's one thing that Richard Hart had on his to-do list that is now complete. We forked GMX, which is the most highly popular, currently the most highly popular leverage protocol decentralized on Ethereum. We forked that over to PulseChain. And people are outraged about it for some reason because they think just because it exists, like we're telling people to go use it. Look, I'm saying that I'm staking that PHLP token and I'm going to earn interest because I know people can't help themselves, right? People are going to leverage trade no matter how hard you yell and scream at them not to. And then I'm also going to yell at you not to do it. I'm going to say, don't leverage trade. That's what I teach in HEX Passive Income. Don't leverage trade is one of my primary points that I try to teach people. But it's also a good opportunity to make passive income because you can be the casino, you can be the house, and you know that no matter how hard you yell, you can't stop people anyway. So at least they're doing it in a decentralized way. Hopefully they're more advanced and they know that they shouldn't be going any more than like 1x long or short at the most if they have to. And if you can be the house and earn profit either way, regardless of whether people win or lose, that seems like a decent passive income strategy. Now, look, we've got this established. We've even established that Richard Hart himself was going to build this anyway. But people have this problem, again, where they're unable to separate the man from the coin. Like, look, you can think that the founder is arrogant. Sure, I agree with you. Maybe the founder's a little arrogant. Maybe Richard Hart's got his problem. Like maybe Richard Hart's not a saint either. But people have a very hard time separating the man from the product they built. If you cannot separate the man from the product he built, you'll always be a victim to your emotions. You will always think short-term and irrationally, and you'll be manipulated by people trying to get you to fall for a narrative that they're crafting. You don't realize that the puppet masters have you, by the strings, really. And you're out here thinking that there's somehow, because you don't like the founder of this protocol, that the protocol must be bad. You need to separate these two things and realize the protocol is good. Meme coins are a necessary evil as well. Leverage trading and meme coins, they're like a necessary evil. I mean, really. And so let's just not get wrapped up in this he said, she said, stupid, arguing like little schoolgirls crap, because you're wasting your time and you're not onboarding people. Every minute you spend on Twitter trying to engage in drama and low consciousness behavior, you could be out there onboarding. You could be making your referral links. You could be shilling HEX passive income and getting new people into the PulseChain ecosystem and making money. I'm giving you guys a business model to do if you want to be an affiliate marketer. Go ahead and do that instead of arguing with strangers that you'll never meet on the internet. Like, please. and separate the man from the product they built. I see people making the exact same fallacy on protocols like Fame. Like, well, I don't like who made it. Okay, well, guess what? A lot of people don't like Richard Hart. Does that mean that PulseChain's not a good product? I can say, I mean, I have a lot of good things to say about Richard, but I could come up with a criticism of Richard. Doesn't mean that PulseChain's not awesome. It doesn't mean that HEX isn't real DeFi. It's not PulseX is real DeFi. PulseX isn't going to be censored like Uniswap X. Okay, you can trust that PulseX is going to be the real deal crypto the way it was supposed to be. It hasn't been co-opted by, some non-binary folks in New York. Johnny Chaos, not the same. Hazius I says, I like the other derivatives. Like the other derivatives worked, LOL. Remove sell pressure, yeah, right. Okay, well, I don't even know what we're talking about here. I was on a rant. Any info about the whole MetaMask iOS thing? Apparently it went down and it's already back, so case closed. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing right there. MetaMask iOS got delisted off the App Store. Now it's back up. But it is kind of worrying, right? Because Apple is a gatekeeper. That's why, guys, honestly, I recommend I also teach this in HEX Passive Income. I'll tell you guys again for free. Don't use your primary crypto wallets on your phone. Like, you shouldn't have your primary crypto wallet on your phone anyway. It's okay to have a hot wallet on your phone if you want to mess around with like $1,000 or $2,000. But think about it like this, guys. If you have a hot wallet on your phone, would you carry around $2,000 in cash in your pocket? If you got $2,000 in $100 bills, would you carry that around in your pocket with you? Or, how would you feel about that? Wouldn't you feel a little less secure because you'd feel a little more vulnerable to being robbed or mugged or whatever? Because that's what you're doing when you have a hot wallet on your phone and you have it in your pocket. You basically, it's like having cash in your pocket. Okay. People can steal that. You need to have a crypto only dedicated laptop that's only for crypto. A laptop that's only for crypto. And I like to use web wallets. Okay. I don't like to use my primary crypto finances on a mobile wallet anyway. And on top of that, if you were just using crypto for mobile or on laptop rather, you wouldn't really even be concerned about this whole MetaMask getting pulled off the Apple App Store. But I understand it is kind of convenient. I do have a mobile version of MetaMask. I keep barely anything on there. Very, very little money. I trust to send noobs to coffee. Thank you, Hexymofo. Thank you. Everyone loves Jeff Bezos, and I doubt everyone loves Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. That's very, very true. People have a lot. Everyone's got an opinion, right? Everyone loves to pick a side on that one too. That's the thing too. You say, ask somebody on the internet how they feel about Bill Gates. They'll give you a very strong opinion based on very, very loosely held beliefs. And same with Jeff Bezos, right? These are human beings, and at the end of the day, everything is kind of just chaotic, and everyone is just out there usually in their own self-interest, trying to make products that provide value and goods and services to other people. The world's a complicated mesh of competing interests, and certain groups might coalesce together and have like-minded ideals, World Economic Forum types, but it doesn't mean that there's some giant cabal pulling all the strings. That whole conspiracy of the Illuminati is easier to believe actually than the truth that reality is a lot more chaotic and unstructured. And it is, power does corrupt, and powerful people do get together. And yes, the world is probably run by 1 to 200 very, very powerful people. That's true. But I don't think it's as organized as like there's one guy at this big round table and everyone's got a hood on and everyone's wearing a robe and they're doing some satanic ritual. Like, I don't know. It's outside of your control anyway. It's outside of our control anyway. Hardware wallet will still get emptied. What? Yeah, hardware wallets are just one extra layer of security. Look, the best security of all is just not sharing your private keys with anybody. That's all you can really do at the end of the day. If someone has your private keys, it doesn't matter if you have a hardware wallet or not. So you're right about that. Bill Gates pie guy. Hex Fetty said Freemasonry, the Vatican. Look, I know these are very powerful people. I believe that these people have influence on society and culture. And we can worry about that all day, or we can build, real software that frees the people and brings the power back to them. The Bill Gates pie guy turned out to know something before everyone else. Oh, the guy that pied Bill Gates in the face. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, guys, a lot of stuff going on in the world. Try to stay sane out there. Try to stay positive. Try to onboard new people. And remember the longer picture. Remember the big picture, the long-term vision. Bitcoin ETF is on the way. The halving is a certainty. It's a coded fact. The Bitcoin halving is happening on April 2024. I would try to get into it before April 2024. I don't know how long I'll feel comfortable shilling PulseChain when it's 50x off the up from sacrifice price. When HEX is 50x up above sacrifice price, I feel a lot less comfortable telling people to buy. So that's why I'm out here right now. I made this course, hexpassiveincome.com. Guys, if you want to buy PulseChain an easy way too, check out pulseln.com. That's pulseln.com. You can literally buy Pulse PLS with Cash App. You can buy it with Cash App. So I know a lot of people have Cash App on your phone. If you got Cash App on your phone, buy some Bitcoin on Cash App if you want. You don't have to, but if you want to buy PLS with Cash App, you go into Cash App, you buy some Bitcoin on your phone, and then you send that Bitcoin. You go to the Bitcoin part of the app, you go over to the Bitcoin section on the app, you click send, and then you go to pulseln.com and you choose how much Bitcoin you want to convert to Pulse. It'll give you a QR code on the web, and you just send it from your mobile wallet. You scan the QR code in your Cash App, send the Bitcoin right to the address. It's Lightning Network, so it's instantaneous. And then you get a really good deal. You actually get a better deal than ChangeNow.io. By using pulseln.com, you actually get a better deal than ChangeNow. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. Metcalfe's Law, guys. 10x the users, 100x the price. You can do this in all kinds of different ways to get involved in PulseLN. Or PulseChain, rather. Power attracts pathological personality types. Yeah, this is true. The kinds of people that want the power tend to be psychopathic, Machiavellian, narcissistic. Crypto7, I put your course on my channel. I could do with the kickback. Hey, thank you, Crypto7. Yeah, well, it's coming your way as long as you've got your affiliate links. Make sure you actually make your affiliate link too, because if you're just selling the course, I have no way of knowing who bought it unless they're clicking on your referral link. So if you want to make your referral link, those links are all in description below. Someone says teddy bear tanking. Let's take a look. Teddy bear. This is the hot meme coin of the day, right? Teddy bear. Was it bear? Yeah, here it is. Yikes. Yeah, it doesn't look great. Yeah, I mean, I wonder, I'm very skeptical on how long these things can last, right? Very, very skeptical on that. A lot of meme coins have a very short lifespan. So just understand the game you're playing. If you understand that you're playing a short-term game and you want to take a little $100 bet and you've got, 100 G's in the bank and you want to take a $100 bet, that's probably not a terrible, you could be doing worse things. You could be doing worse things, but just be careful. Cause I mean, I'm talking from personal experience. You do well on one, right? Like I think I made $1,000 on PDI. I turned $100 into $1,000. And then I went down the rabbit hole. I must have chased like 3 other meme coins because I got that. It was like that drug. I got a little bit addicted, right? I got that dopamine hit, that adrenaline rush, and I got that serotonin boost from the win. And me, myself, just a couple months ago, I went in and I tried to go degen on like 3 other random stupid meme coins. Because I was like, oh, I did so well with this PDI thing. Now I can put a couple of other bets on. And I caught myself. Because here's the thing. You can teach people all day long. Even myself, I still fall for it. I still fall into the trap, right? And then I lost on like 3 different meme coins, just chasing them because I heard somebody mention them. And I said, oh, maybe that's the next big thing. And then I realized I had just wasted like 3 weeks of time staring at the screen, staring at Twitter, chasing meme coins and becoming the exact same thing that I tell people not to become. So, you can get caught up in it at any time. And I know because it's the bottom of the bear market, I got bored. I wasted time on Twitter, on Telegram, trying to search for the next hot, shiny object. And then I brought it all back and I focused the energy back on the primary big 3, PulseChain, HEX, PulseX. Those are my favorite tokens. You don't have to agree. If you like Ethereum and Bitcoin, that's fine. Go shill Bitcoin, go shill Ethereum. It's just like even the Bitcoin maxis, right? Rather than arguing with people on the internet about Bitcoin is awesome and everything else sucks, why don't you just onboard people to Bitcoin? Why don't you stop trying to convince people that already have made up their minds that they hate PulseChain? Don't don't argue with those people. They've already made their minds up. Go onboard somebody new that's, fresh, open-minded person. Shot collar to break the DJ ways. Yeah, I mean, the shot collar is losing money, right? I had to lose 3 times to slap myself back to reality for the one time that I won. You know what I mean? Pulse LN is one to look into. Yeah, I mean, they're actually Pulse LN, their token is doing really well too. Let me see. I mean, I'm not buying it, but PLN token. Holy, no, that's not it. Yeah, PLN token is pumping right now. But again, guys, you don't buy something after it's already. Be careful chasing pumps is all I'm going to say on that one. Be careful chasing pumps. But as of lately, PLN token, I mean, I think it's got something to do with a fee split, like a fee sharing thing. So the more people that use Pulse LN, I think the more money goes into. I could be wrong on that. Do not quote me. I'm not an expert on PLN, but again, pulseln.com. Something to look into, guys. I teach that in my course as well. If you want to buy PLS with Cash App, try pulseln.com. Hit the follow on Twitter, everybody. Subscribe. Yep, smash the likes. Thank you, D'Artagnan. Chumps chase pumps. Lol. Yeah. We've all been a chump, though. I've been a chump. Sometimes I catch myself just in my chumping ways. I literally just need to like slap myself. I should buy a machine that just slaps me every time I buy a meme coin. Guys, if you keep shilling a single coin, it's you might get kicked out. I'll leave. You're welcome. I'll let you guys do a couple soft shills, but if you keep doing it, I'm gonna kick you out of the chat. 5% of my portfolio is chumpish. Yeah, I mean, that's understandable. Look, I get it, man. I get it. It's the thing too, is just like you buy a meme coin, and if it's not consuming your whole life, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's like anything, right? Like if you can have one drink, it's probably not that bad for you. I have a hard time having one drink. By the way, let's see. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days sober. 12 days sober from alcohol, so go me. We're going to see how long we can make that last. Sober October, everybody. Sober October. Even though I drank on October 1st or whatever. But hey, sober October, guys. Sober October. Don't call me late. Just don't call me late for dinner. Hey, call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. Lol. Cheers, coffee. Cheers to you, Archie. How long have we been talking for? 1 hour and 23 minutes. You got 139 people here on a nice cold October day. Halloween is around the corner. What is everybody going to be for Halloween, huh? Post what you're going to be for Halloween in the chat. I want to laugh. Post a 1 if you believe in PulseChain long term. Come on, guys. We're all still here. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. 12,000 daily active users, 45,000 validators, $80 million bridged in on the bridge, millions of dollars on Coast Stablecoin growing every day. Liquid loans launching around the corner. Geopolitics, not great, but, you know, their government might print more money. Bitcoin ETF on the way. Bitcoin halving is definitely coming in April. We know this for a fact. Uniswap is fake DeFi. PulseChain's real DeFi. One. Omega 1. Nice, guys. Fuck yeah. I mean, heck yeah. Sorry, YouTube. Heck yeah. Got to get monetized. It's a bear market. I got to get that money. You know what I mean? Most of the money I make, too, does end up going back into crypto, believe it or not. Would be, especially right now. Right now, I'm buying. I'm buying PulseChain like as often as I can. And once in a while, I'm buying a little HEX as well. The only reason I'm not buying PulseX is because I've got enough of it, because I sacrificed a lot for PulseX. I sacrificed more than like for PulseChain. And that's the only reason, is that I feel okay with my number of PulseX coins, but I'm trying to get all my bags relatively equal in weight, you know? Fucks yeah. phux.io, guys, that's another hot tip. If you're able to separate the founder from the protocol, here's another thing you can keep an eye on. Tons of passive income available on phux.io. I cover this in my course as well, hexpassiveincome.com, but just a free tip. I mean, I know a lot of you guys watching are crypto veterans already, so you don't really need me to teach you guys. That's the thing too. Hexpassiveincome.com it's not for, like, most of you guys watching don't need it. You're already a professional. You've already been here. If you've been here 3 or 4 years now, you probably understand crypto. Okay. But if you've only been here for a couple of months and none of this makes any sense, that's who Hex Passive Income is designed for. But look, as another way to make yield, okay, everyone talks about the PulseX yield farms. PHUX is a highly lucrative yield farm that is right now, today. You can go over there and you might have some random combination of tokens that you don't even realize could be tied together in a liquidity pool. And a lot of these pools also minimize impermanent loss risk, given that the higher weighted coins are the ones that you're more bullish on. I'll say that one more time. If the higher weighted coins in the liquidity pool are the ones that you expect to go up more, your impermanent loss risk is minimized compared to simply symmetric liquidity on PulseX. And again, if that doesn't make any sense to you, I cover it all in hexpassiveincome.com. Another yield farm to keep an eye on. I've really been enjoying SparkSwap lately, but 9inch.io should be launching like any day now. And I think they're going to have some yield farms that people are going to like. And it's the reason it's taken so long is because I think they've been audited. So it's more secure than a lot of these yield farms out there. Okay. 9inch actually took the time to do the audits the right way. And so it's actually going to be a safe one. Like they're going to, nothing is without risk. Everything could go to zero, but I feel pretty confident in things like PHUX and things like 9inch because they've been audited. They've got professionally run teams. Yes, even though it's a DEX with an eggplant emoji that's based entirely off of dick jokes. Yes, I know it sounds weird, but I am still saying that their team is professional. They're not devs hired off of Fiverr, okay? They actually raise money, and so they can actually afford to pay some people, okay? I am a store clerk for Halloween. Oh, I get it. I get it, Johnny. Gary Gensler costume, that'd be so funny to like 3 people. that'd be hilarious, but nobody in real life would understand what that is. Hey, Coffee, could you also exit Pulse through Cash App? Well, you can sell. That's a good question. Let's look it up. Pulse LN. I think he said it's an on and off ramp. Can you sell for, let's see here. It looks like you can sell it for Bitcoin. So yeah, if you make your Bitcoin address your Cash App address, I don't see why not. I mean, I think Cash App maintains a stable Bitcoin address, a single Bitcoin address. I would ask in the Telegram just to make sure. But yeah, I mean, if you want to sell your Pulse back for Bitcoin and you're using your Cash App Bitcoin address, then yeah, that would probably work. Let me just make sure. We're going to see what happens if I click this. Gary Gensler costume would be hilarious. Richard. Bitcoin Chris is one. I'm going to be a rug pull for Halloween. Nice. Just have like a rug hanging off you. Someone pulls it away. It took me a while to find someone to make the Richard Hart costume. Oh, no way. You're actually doing Richard Hart? That's hilarious. Yeah, you can buy like, you should buy his, he had like what was it? Like a sailor's captain's hat and a Hawaiian shirt. Put on like a Gucci belt. That could be funny. Steal his look. I'll check out your course. Coffee is the updated version finished. Yes. This is Pulse Passive Income. This is the updated version. I also want to say, guys, to anyone that already has the course, if you already have the course, if you've been a student in HEX Passive Income and you want me to give you the new course for free, just reach out to me, email me, or send me a DM. You can find my email on hexpassiveincome.com. Email me and I'll give you a free version of the course if you were already a previous member and if you want that for free. SJ's got 2 costumes. Me and SJ are going to match. We're being Ninja Turtles. And he had to make up for the 1 year of my life that I didn't dress up. When did you not dress up? What's your second one? I think her second one's a dragon. If you're in the north, prepare for winter. Prepare for winter. Yep. I'm preparing for winter by moving to Puerto Rico. Lol. Gary Gensler mask says, just buy Mr. Burns mask from The Simpsons and paint it in a pasty flesh color. Look at you, Johnny. Hey, if you need any costume advice, Johnny Chaos is your man. Chaotic Creations, Chaotic Studios. Literally, this guy he owns a costume shop. And he's got a lot of cool stuff, including a patented fake blood recipe. Fun fact. Interesting folks we have in crypto, huh? Blockaroni says, what's up? How you doing, Blockaroni? Good to see you. Big Boy Garms says, I had a hex chart put on a tee for Halloween, but Mrs. freaked hard. OTT apparently, so plan B. You just put on a hex chart, like on a t-shirt. All right, man. I guess that's a scary costume right now, 90% down chart. That is pretty scary, dude. Best time to onboard is now. That's right, Finbear. I know it doesn't feel like it. I know nobody has any money. Nobody wants to get onboarded. But hey, guys, you now have a way to get paid for onboarding somebody else. Get your affiliate links, shill the course, onboard a friend or family. If they know nothing about crypto, if you know nothing at all, this course is specifically for you. It was like 15 years ago, SJ. Just didn't do it for some reason. Can't remember why. The second is a dragon, could be a succubus. Depends on how I accessorize. Succubus, eh? Sounds dangerous. Rar. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself wants to see. I want to see. Send pics, SJ. Or just hit me up in the DMs, winky face. All right, guys. What have we devolved this conversation to? 1 hour and 32 minutes talking about who knows what. All right, guys. I don't know how much more bullish I can make you. I know it's the bottom of the bear market. I know times are tough. Try not to get distracted. Try not to lose the plot. We're here for real DeFi, freedom of speech. We're witnessing the separation of money and state. This is the then they fight you part. Okay, they're going to throw the book at you legally. Don't worry about the SEC. Okay, worst case, Richard pays a fine if they are even legally able to serve him. And all that said, the chairs at the SEC could be restructured by the time Richard actually has to do anything. Right? These things take a long time. They're drawn out. They're boring. There's lawyers involved. If anybody can pay a fine, it's a guy like Richard. And if anybody can win the case, it's a guy like Richard. And none of this matters anyway, because they can't stop you from buying Pulse. They can't stop you from buying HEX. They can't stop you from buying PulseX. It's decentralized. 45,000 validators. You can't shut it off. The SEC can't shut it off. Don't be scared. The SEC cannot shut this stuff off. It's real DeFi the way crypto is supposed to be. There's 45,000 validators, guys. What are you going to do? Knock on 45,000 doors? Press the off switch on 45,000 computers at the same time? I'm being tongue-in-cheek. I know it's not 45,000 computers, but it's still enough. It is sufficiently decentralized. In the words of the Hinman standard, PulseChain is sufficiently decentralized, in my opinion. I'm not a lawyer, but that's my opinion. Geopolitics are bad. I know it's scary. I know the whole thing going on in the Middle East and Palestine, Israel. It's stressful, right? It sucks. People are dying. It's sad. I mean, they are going to print money again, though. But wouldn't it be nice if everybody just stopped all this crap? Crypto can save this. They're trying to blame crypto like it's somehow responsible for funding this stuff. If everybody had their own money, if everybody literally had their own money that was outside of the government stealing their purchasing power away from inflation, everybody really could live a free, borderless, peer-to-peer cash, peer-to-peer digital cash in your pocket. I think society would be leaps and bounds ahead of where it's at now. If you make the people free, if you give them power, you have to buy your freedom, okay? As I say, freedom ain't free, You do have to buy your freedom. Look at the old Richard Hart video. You have to really, sad but true. You're kind of born into the societal structure that, it enslaves people to various degrees. It depends what patch of land you're born on. If you're born in North Korea, your box is really, really small. If you're born in America, you get a much bigger box to play around in. But you still have limits and restrictions on what you can do and what society and governments, think is best for you. Now, I don't believe anybody. I'm an anarcho-capitalist. I'm a libertarian type of person. I hesitate to put myself in a bucket like that. But I do believe that people have a lot more inherent power within them, that we're all born with human rights like freedom of speech. And that's all crypto really is. The freedom to transact and the freedom to move and the freedom to speak are all based on the freedom to put your financial economic energy wherever you see fit. If you can't afford to run ads on the internet, if you can't afford to get your message out there, you really don't have a voice. So getting this money into the hands of the people is very important. If you can't afford a plane ticket to go where you're treated better, then aren't you kind of enslaved to where you're currently at? Fix the money. You really do fix the world, everybody. Fix the money, fix the world. Okay, guys, like, subscribe, buy the course or don't. Sell the course, make your referral links. Thank you all for coming on Saturday. Halloween's around the corner. You better pick out a good costume, guys. You better pick out a good costume. That's all I got to say. I want to see some funny pictures on Twitter. And guys, thanks again for coming. Stay positive. We're all going to make it. See you on the next one.